Good afternoon, children. In our previous class, we completed lesson number 10, that is colonialism, rural and tribal societies. You have also done ABC parts. So today, it's time to do D part and E part answers. First, I will show it to you where it is the answers are written in your book, and then later on I will share PDF of the answers of this lesson, which you will note it down in your history notebook and then submit it on our WhatsApp group. So first you take out D first question. What is D first question? You see, D first question is highlight the main features of Mahalwari system. Mahal means group of villages. Mahalwari system was also a type of land revenue collection by the Britishers, and Mahal means group of villages. Whole villages were responsible to pay the taxes. So what you will write in it? The main features of Mahalwari system. You take out page number 120. Here 3 policies are given, land revenue policies of the Britishers are given. Here you will write about this Mahalwari system. It was introduced by whom? Holt Mackenzie. In which year? In 1822. And at which places? Gangetic Valley, Northwest Province, Central India and Punjab. And the main features were, you can write first point, land was divided into mahals. Mahals means group of villages. Second point, each mahal comprised of one or more villages. And third, village committees were responsible for tax collection. These 3 points you can write in D first answer. Now take out D second. What is D second question? Why did the British force Indian farmers to grow commercial crops? Commercial crops means, I have told you, those crops which were needed for commercial purposes to feed the British industries as a raw material. So Britishers forced our farmers to grow commercial crops. And why did they force? That we will see. And for answer you take out page number 113. Here you will see in the last paragraph, growth of commercial crops. Britishers forced our farmers to grow commercial crops. Why? Because those crops were in great demand in Europe. And you will write in this answer, the agricultural raw material was purchased at very low rates and sent to England. The finished goods were brought back to India and sold at high price to earn more profits. And to earn more profits, they forced our farmers to grow commercial crops. Here you see, it is written, the company forced the farmers to grow cash crops. Cash crops means which type of crops? Indigo, cotton, opium, pepper, tea, sugarcane and etc. They also compelled the farmers to raise silkworm for the production of raw silk. So this is the answer of the 2 part. As I have told you, I will give you answer in PDF. But then also you see where it is written in your book. Now take out D3. D third question we will see. D third question is, what was the impact of colonial rule? Colonial rule means which rule? British rule on the tribals of India. Tribals also revolted against the Britishers because Britishers imposed various rules on the tribals. And here we will see that what was the impact of colonial rule on the tribals of India. Mention any 3. Any 3 impact of colonial rule on the tribals of India you have to write, and for that you take out page number 116. Here you see in impact on tribal life. In this paragraph, you will see here last paragraph. You will write following were the impacts of colonial rule on tribals. First point you will write, you have to write 3 points. First point you will write, many tribals had to leave their forest homes in search of work. Because Britishers protected the forest, so they had to leave the forest. Then second point you will write, a large number of them were recruited through contractors to work in the tea plantations in far off areas of Assam. Means when they lost the job, then contractors took them in tea plantation and they were inducted there in as a worker. Where? In far off areas of Assam. And third point you can write, they were paid low wages and were not allowed to go back home. In plantation area their salary was also very low and they were not allowed to go back home. Although 3 points have only asked, but you can read these points also. Whatever the point is suitable to you, you can write any 3. Next point you can write, the plight of the coal mine workers was no less miserable. Their life was also miserable. Many tribals were also recruited in factories and failed to work under very harsh conditions. Their condition was not good. So it was the answer of D3. Now let us see what is D4 question. D4 question is, write short notes on the Birsa movement. About Birsa Raj I have told you. Birsa movement in 1895 it was started, and with the death of Birsa Munda in 1900 it was ended also. So you have to write everything on this Birsa movement. This question is very important. Write short notes on the Birsa movement. And for this answer, take out page number 118. This D4th answer is on page number 180. Here you see the picture of Birsa Munda is given. Answer you can write from here. In 1895, Birsa Munda, a young boy, emerged as hero of tribals. He urged them to continue to work on their own land to earn their living and not to move away. They should end all their sufferings. So here also from this paragraph you can make the answer. I will give you the answer, but you just understand what you have to write. You will write, as the Birsa movement spread, the popularity of Birsa Munda also increased. He became very popular among the tribals. He told his people, Birsa Munda told his people that land policies of the British were destroying their traditional land system. And for this, as he was instigating his people, so Birsa Munda was sent back to jail. Birsa was jailed for 2 years, but on his release, he instigated the tribals to attack Jamindars. He raised the white flag. White flag was a symbol of Birsa Raj, and this movement ended in 1900 with the death of Birsa. So from here only D4th answer will be written. Now take out D5th question. And D5th question is, highlight any 3 changes that took place in modern industries in the 19th century. Which changes took place in modern industries in 19th century in our country? You have to write those 3 changes. This question is also very important. And for this answer, take out page number 119. Here you see this paragraph, modern industries in India. You will write 3 changes in modern industries in the industries in 19th century. First point you will write, Tea became the largest plantation industry in Assam, Bengal and South India. Second point you can write, the other plantation industries were coffee, cinchona and rubber. Then you can write industries like cotton, jute, iron and steel developed at a fast rate. This also you can write. If you want to write more points, then you can write this also. With the expansion of railways, the demand for coal, iron and steel increased. And this also you can, this point also you can write. Tata Iron and Steel Company came up. With the passage of time, cement, chemical and sugar industries also developed. Any three changes from here you can write, although I will give you the answer. Now E first question we will see. Take out E first question. E first question is, list the main features of permanent settlement. Permanent settlement you have read. About this you have to write main features of permanent settlement, and this question is in two parts. So answer will also be in two parts. First part you will write list the main features of permanent settlement, and in second part you will write how did the production of opium, indigo and sugar shot up the profit margins of the East India Company. So you have to write this answer in two paragraphs. And for first part of the question, for its answer, take out page number 120. In this page number 120, on this page you see here it is permanent settlement you have to ask. You will write first part of the question, its answer is written here. You will write it was introduced by Lord Cornwallis in which year? In 1793. At which place? Bengal, Bihar and Orissa. And what was it? So you will write the features of this. Jamindars were recognized as the owners of land. The amount was divided into two unequal parts. 10/11 of the share belonged to East India Company and the remaining 1/11 part belonged to Jamindars. Means 89% was of Britishers and only 11% share was of Jamindars. So you can write this. Then what was the impact on the farmers? You can write the cultivators who till now enjoyed some rights were now reduced to status of tenant on land. Then the rules were very rigid as defaulters often lost claim over the land, because if farmers failed to give the taxes, then they had to evict their land. They were evicted from their land. Since the initial revenue demand by the British was very high, a number of jamindars were unable to pay it, and as a result, they lost their land. Because 89% share, Britishers' share was very high. Jamindars were unable to pay it, and as a result, they had to lose their land. Now, second part of E first question, answer will be on page number 113. Here you see second part answer E first question. The Britishers wanted to smuggle and sell opium to China so that they could earn huge profits. Similarly, indigo, called Neel in Hindi, was in great demand in the textile industries of Britain. The peasants were forced to cultivate indigo plants to extract blue dye. This led miserable life of their, and here it is written, they led miserable life as it fetched very low prices of indigo, because farmers were giving Britishers were giving very less wages, less price of indigo to the farmers. So second part answer is here. Now we will see E second question. So take out E second question. E second question is differentiate between Royatwari and Mahalwari system. You have read about Mahalwari system. You have read about Royatwari system also. these two systems were land revenue collection system of the Britishers, you have to differentiate between Rayatwari and Mahalwari. And the answer is on page number 120. So here you see, first is written about Rayatwari system. Differentiation you have to write. Rayatwari system started by Thomas Munro in 1820. In which part of India? South India. Mahalwari system started by Holt Mackenzie in 1822. In which part of India? Gangetic Valley, Northwest Province, Central India and Punjab. Then in Rayatwari system, the ownership rights were given to peasants and taxes were directly collected by the East India Company. The revenue rates were 50% for dry lands and 60% for irrigated lands. And what was in Mahalwari system? Land was divided into mahals. Each mahal comprised of one or more villages. Village committees were responsible for tax collection. In point-wise, in tabular form, this difference I will in PDF. Now take out third question. Third question is, how did colonialism systematically destroy Indian crafts and industries? That you have to explain it. We all know Britishers destroyed our Indian crafts and industries also. That only we have to explain it in this question. And for this answer, take out page number 190. Page number 190 you take out. Here you see, it is written, to safeguard the British cotton industry, Indian silk and cotton textiles were destroyed with imposition of very heavy duty on Indian goods. First point you can write that imposition of very heavy duty on Indian goods. Second point, promotion of British machine-made articles at cheaper rates. Third point you can write, decrease in the princely patronage. Then next point you can write, trade policy forced the Indian craftsmen and artisans to give up their traditional livelihood. Then next point you can write, Britain and other European countries was also responsible for deindustrialization of India. So it is the answer of E3. In point wise you can write it nicely what is given in your PDF, which I will share with you on your WhatsApp group. Now take out fourth question. What is fourth question? How far were British agrarian and tribal policies responsible for widespread discontentment in India? Farmers were also unhappy with the Britishers because of their agrarian policy, and tribals were also unhappy. You have to explain it with the help of examples. So for this question, for the answer of this question, take out page number 112. This answer you will write in 3 paragraphs. First paragraph is on page number 112. Here, colonial agrarian policy and its impact. In first paragraph you will write, the British brought many changes in the field of land revenue system, agriculture, trade, industry and administration to guard their own interest. Then here only you will write this point also. Land revenue settlements were introduced with an aim to legitimize the practice of economic exploitation. Therefore, the Jamindari system under the permanent settlement was introduced in Bengal. Now, next you will write this, as I have told you, this question is, you will write answer of this question in 3 parts. So, second paragraph you will write, take out page number 113. In page number 113, you take out, do you know? It is written. E, fourth answer. Second paragraph you will write. The Ryots were forced to pay revenue even when there were no crops due to floods, droughts or any other natural calamity. And now third paragraph you will write, which is on page number 116. Here you can give the example also. Third paragraph you will write, the commercialization of agriculture and exploitation of forest wealth made many tribals homeless and jobless. The unjust policies of the British resulted in rebellions by tribals in different parts of India. For example, you can write, revolt by the Khasis who lived in the Khasi hills of northwest Assam took place in 1829, and the construction of a road. Why this revolt took place? Because the construction of a road through their land united many Khasi chiefs against the English under the leadership of Bar Manik and Tirut Singh. Now the last question of this lesson we will see, E5th question. And E5th question is, describe any 5 revolts by the tribals against the Britishers. We all know that tribals revolted against the Britishers. You have to describe any 5 revolts. So for this answer, take out page number 116. You have to write about 5 revolts. So first revolt you can write, revolt by the Khasis who lived in the Khasi hills of northwest Assam took place in 1829. The construction of a road through their land united many Khasi chiefs against the English under the leadership of Bar Manik and Tirut Singh, but the British suppressed their rebellion brutally. Now you will take out page number 118. You have to write about 5 revolts. One you have written. Now second you will write, the Kukis of hilly regions of Manipur continued attacking the British territories from 1829, but they were forced to surrender in 1850. Third you will write, the Khonds of Khondmal revolted against the British in 1846 due to the fear of being annexed, but they could not stand before the might of Britishers, before the power of Britishers. Next, fourth revolt you can write, the Santhals found themselves quite helpless against the ruthless exploitation and they revolted against the Britishers in 1855 to 1856 under the leadership of Sidhu and Kanu Murmu. And last you can write about Munda, Birsa Munda. Mundas of Chota Nagpur, they joined by the Kolarian tribe of the same region and revolted in 1831, and the struggle was suppressed by the British forces. So children, it was the answers of D and E part in PDF form. I will give you answer. All of you write it very neatly in your history notebook and submit it on our WhatsApp group. So this lesson is completed. In our next class, we will start next lesson. Till then, goodbye and thank you.